So Forsaken is a very interesting story for me because he was like the persona non grata of the scene. He fought through all that, kept playing, started streaming to prove his innocence, and when he finally got his opportunity at LAN.
Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Time's Little Window, and today we're going to be going over X-Pro Forsaken's match against Frostfire. Now, Forsaken was recently caught at a LAN tournament cheating. Now, I'm pretty surprised this demo isn't getting more attention because this is actually the first time the cheat detection goes off, and actually, if you look at the stats here, he really stands out on top of his team. Now, the reason the admin said they didn't go and check out his computer during this game or after this game is because he lost. And they didn't just lose, they actually lost 16-6. But that seems like a really stupid excuse for the admins to not check out his PC to me. I think that since the cheat detection most likely isn't going off on everybody, you might as well check it out the first time it goes off on anyone. Now, one big thing I want you guys to notice in the warm-up here, as opposed to the warm-up in the previous game I went over, and you can find that in the description below as well, he doesn't seem to be configuring his settings every 2 seconds at the beginning of this game to make sure he gets them absolutely right. Maybe he's already got them set up, maybe he was on this computer for a while longer before the demo actually started, but it might also be something like this game made him a little bit more desperate to tweak up his settings a little bit more to give him just a little bit more advantage. Because losing 16-6 is pretty much getting obliterated. And with that being said, let's make our way on to the pistol round. So here on pistol round, you can see that he's holding the upper sight. Meanwhile, the terrorists take the ramp room and run over his teammates. And you can see that he's pretty well on target there, but he doesn't do anything special. On the next round, he's just kind of holding ramp room with a CZ. Now, maybe I'm nitpicking a little bit here, but if we watch closely, it really does look like when that terrorist goes back over to the right, he's locked onto him. Now, if you watch the video on the other map, you'll see that his CZ over there locks on quite a bit too. I wonder if his settings for the CZ are just turned up quite a bit more than other guns. Looks like he's just full-on spamming that USP with no real control, letting the program do everything for him. Okay, finally time for a gun round. He changes things up by going inside. You can see he's playing very passively and a little bit scared. This is because, as you guys know, he's not walling here on LAN because people can walk past and behind him constantly throughout this game, and someone would be bound to spot that. As you can see, both of those kills were a little bit shady. The first one, it seemed like his crosshair was locked onto the guy, and the second one, he started taking some shots, and then one of the shots just locked onto his head. But even when doing plays like that, they weren't quite able to win any rounds here, and you can see that they're down 4-0, and now he's back to the CZ. Again, it just seems like the shots with the CZ lock on more than the other guns. I know that GoTV has a little bit of delay, so it's not going to line up perfectly, but it looks like he's not even on him. You guys see what I'm talking about with the M4? It looked pretty natural right there when compared to the CZ. Well, just as I said, it looked pretty natural. That looked straight up locky. It just locked onto one part of that first guy's body and then the second guy's body, and it wasn't him aiming at all. As you can see, regardless of him cheating, his team is definitely struggling here. Obviously, their money is in the dumpster. He's going to go with another ump. This is another gun that makes me think that he's got every gun configured differently. Alright, that didn't work out, but he's back to the CZ, which means we should see some aim locks to the face. Seriously, what's up with that? It's like he has that thing straight for headshots, but everything else he's going for body shots with. You know, I bet he was thinking after losing that round, if he just had wall hacks, he would have won it. Obviously, this shot right here looked blatant as hell. So what I think he's doing is, not only does he have every gun independently configured, but I also think he has an oh shit key that he hits to get those instant headshots sometimes. Time for some more CZ fun. Like I said, the CZ for him is pretty much just instant headshot. Now there seems to be a little bit of a Flesha aim lock moment here, but I think that's just coincidence. Now unlike his CZ, his USP could definitely use a little bit more work. I don't know if he doesn't have that gun configured or what. Okay, check out the score. Things are getting a little bit desperate. The score is 10-3, and he's gonna have to pull something off to try to keep his team in this game. Really nice round, but what I found most interesting is both of those M4 kills seem to lock on in the exact same way. This is the last round of the first half, and he doesn't actually have to do anything as his teammates kill everyone. There's nothing really too shady that happens this round. Let's move on to the terrorist pistol round. This round is going to be incredibly important, so you'd expect him to do something insane. And while he did get a nice opening kill, I think that was actually natural ability. To me, him aiming with this looks identical to him aiming with the USP, so I don't think he has any kind of aim assistance with him. Though it could just be very low and he's just really bad at aiming. Alright, here we go back to the CZ, so I'm going to expect big things from him. Well, so much for that, but let's take a closer look anyways. It looked like it's still locked onto me, it just didn't hit. The score is 13-5, but since they can still lose this match and move on, I think that's why he's not even more blatant than he already is. Why would he decide to switch guns at that moment? I'm not entirely sure. In fact, I think that probably cost his entire team the round. Wow, that was insane. Let's watch that kill on the rafters again. So first he peeks out and kills this guy over by the vent, then he's completely caught off guard by the second guy's location as he gets shot from the rafters. If that wasn't his aim lock, that would have been impressive. Okay, so the score now is 6-14, and you gotta imagine that he has to feel some pressure to try to bring this back. Either that or he's already given up on the game. I feel like he overextended, but that's just because he figured the aimbot would win it for him. As you can see, he locks onto the target's head, he's just not able to finish him off. But it's an so you can't really expect it to hit every bullet. And here we are on the last round of the game. Now, when I did watch this for the first time, I wondered if he'd do anything more blatant here on the last round. But to be completely honest, I think his team was just completely outskilled here. I do, however, think that if this was a match that would have sent them home, he would have gone all out like he did in the Revolution games. But even if he did go full rage hack, I don't even know if he'd be able to react to what just happens to him here up at the vent. I mean, that was so insane, I had to check it out from the other guy's perspective. Well, obviously the angle definitely favors the right peak, but that was still a pretty insane round. Still though, a situation like this really makes you wonder how many pros might be cheating out there. After all, if a newer player can almost get away with using a free cheat, what can someone with a little bit more experience, a little bit more creativity, and a premium cheat do? Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. That'll be the end of me talking about Forsaken for a while, or at least I hope, unless he does a comeback or something. I'll see you guys next time.